Welcome back to Patman Garage. If you haven't seen, this is my 2003 F-150 with a coyote swap in it, and we're going to do a real quick video on how to adjust the bumper gap on a 10th gen. So I put this bumper and valence on the other day, and the bumper is tighter on this side and quite a bit wider or lower on this side, so I've got it adjusted up as high as I can, and it's still not enough to tighten up the gap. So I'm going to pull the bumper off and I will show you exactly what you need to do to fix that, if this is what your truck looks like. Alright, got the bumper pulled off, and now we can start with the real fun. So this is the height adjustment of the bumper bracket here. So they already come slotted from the factory, and what we're going to have to do is slot further down on the holes so we can get the bumper to go further up in relation to the holes. So to do that, we need to pull off the stud bracket. There's two, I believe they're called Tenderman nuts, but they're basically just some steel washers with some tangs on them. We'll have to pry those off. Those just hold the plate, hold the studs onto the bracket. So we'll pry those off, and we'll knock the bracket into the inside, and we'll modify our bracket. Okay, well, 20 minutes later, compressor's done running, and we're ready to run the air tools now. So my plan was originally going to be taking the bracket completely off, but I figured if I just slide it up out of the way, that's close enough. So I'm going to notch downward direction. I'm using my snap-on carbide bits that I've used in other videos before. And we're just going to grind down on the bottom side of both of our holes here, and more so on the driver's side, excuse me, because that was our side that was too low. This side we're going to come up, or down, but up, whatever. We're going to grind a little bit on this side, and then we're going to do a little bit more on that side. So we're going to get started on that. So there's the weapon of choice, little angle grinder, air-powered angle grinder, and we'll get to it. Alright, I think we're ready to do a test fit. One quick point of note for you guys, but when you are sliding the bracket up and out of the way, sometimes when you slide down, the Tenderman nut will kind of bind up in your hole a little bit, so just make sure that you actually get it to move all the way like that. So that could also be part of your adjustment issue on the truck side, but we'll do a quick test fit and see what it looks like. After another round of test fitting, still wasn't happy with it, so what I ended up doing next is unbolting my bumper bracket, the 4 corner bolts here, and I slotted the holes on the top side that allow my bracket to come down in relation to the bumper, pushing the bumper up on the frame rail. So now that all those are slotted, we'll get this reinstalled and tighten down, and then see what we look like on the truck. And then I'm going to push down on it as I tighten up the last of the bolts there. Bumper bracket is now tightened down, and I've showed you before in other videos, talked about witness marks, but this is another good example of that. So you can see the shadowy line that's down there below the nut, so that shows how much we moved the bracket. Not so much visible there. This top one's really visible. So again, hopefully that's enough adjustment that we're happy with where we're at with it. We'll see. Well, that last bracket adjustment's what really made the difference for us. It's sitting great now, so I'm nice and even side to side. looks so much better. I'm very pleased with that. So I do need to finish up underneath. I got to plug in the fog lights, and I got to put that little air dam back on there. But that's it. It's relatively simple job to do. Overall, it's not not terrible, but it kind of I ended up having my wife come out and help me with the pulling the bumper on and off, just because I didn't want to take the valence back off. If you take the valence off, it's a little bit easier, but I was trying to make this a quick job and not make it too difficult. So thanks to the wife for coming out in the garage and playing, and I think that's it. So I will catch y'all on the next one.